Good morning, Patriots. JT here, Serenity Farms, prepping. You saw Friday morning black powder, Saturday morning rifle, both days. Nothing. But while you're sitting in a tree stand, you do have time to think. I overthink. In that I think about everything all the time. Regardless of what I'm doing, my mind is always working around the things that are happening. What occurred to me this morning while I was sitting there was the recent announcement by Amazon that they will soon be exterminating 600,000 positions with cobots, but not to eliminate human workers, but to enhance them. I'm not quite sure how that works. That's some Common Core mathing right there. But these are warehouse workers, fulfillment centers, grunts, which they're probably paid pretty good, but they likely have no other skills besides move product from point A to point B. Somebody had to do it until now. So these are just the physical workers at Amazon. Very soon, drivers will be eliminated as they are already experimenting with drone deliveries. So will the robots load the drones, or will there still be humans for that? And most of the office clerical jobs will also be eliminated by automation, AI automation. Now, this is just Amazon, but it's predicted within 2 years at the most, 80 to 90% of the jobs in this country will have been eliminated and replaced with AI. We've gone over this before. One AI can do the work of up to 100 humans over an 8-hour period. They don't need smoke breaks, pee breaks, shoot the breeze breaks, family sick leave, personal sick leave, holidays, personal days, and they don't get paid. Companies will be more efficient. AI is more efficient. But they will also be saving billions cumulatively. They are placing profit over personnel. I get it. I've owned a business. Profit is the key motivating factor in owning a business, besides wanting to work for yourself and have no bosses. But if you're not making profit, you don't stay in business. With that said, all the companies that are going to be replacing humans with AI, this will be close to 150 million workers throughout the U.S., which is almost the entire workforce. You have a few, maybe 50 million that are underage, not ready to work yet, and you have approximately 25 to 50 million that are too old to any longer work. So there's that group in the middle. Me and you. Now, the point I want to make is, what happens when 100 to 150 million people find themselves suddenly and unexpectedly without a job? Now, it should be neither suddenly or unexpectedly, because anyone with half a brain knows it's coming. Or should. They tell you every day that soon you will be eliminated by AI. Yet there's no outrage. None. Mind-boggling. So what happens to these 150 million people when they have no income, no way to pay rent, mortgages, gas, any bills, credit, debit, refi, college loans, just your little JCPenney card, your gas card, and you can't buy food? What do you think all these people are going to do? They're going to riot, loot, assault, burn, and whatever they think is necessary to get food. And of course, they stop paying all their bills to save whatever change they have to buy food or drugs or alcohol. But nonetheless, you get the point. Now, let's compound the fracture, so to speak. All these people get laid off. Companies start making way more profit. People no longer have incomes, have no way to pay for anything. Now, all the places these people use to shop and buy stuff, they can't sell anything because no one has any money to buy. So they're going to start laying off people, and they're going to stop ordering more stuff from other countries. Now remember, while the U.S. is eliminating the human workforce, so are all the other countries on the planet that have the technology, like your Indias, your Chinas, your Germanys, your Europes, your Frances, yeah, all of them. Only the third world shitholes won't be, because they don't have any money to begin with. So, what we're going to see is a worldwide mass inability for anyone to buy anything they need, and all the companies that used to sell them shit not producing or buying any more shit from anybody else. You can do the math on that. How do the governments handle it? Well, let's focus on the former USA. Trump knows it's coming. He's even doing all he can to rush it in by hopping into bed with all the evil people that supposedly were persecuting, censoring, doxing, yada, yada, yada him just a few short years ago. But especially the evil billionaire AI scumbags. So, right now, I'm sure Trump and regime are trying to figure out a UBI schedule, and yes, it will be based on people's social credit scores. But the UBI welfare payment, let's say it's $3,000 a month per person, regardless of what your income was before it all went to shit. $3,000 won't pay. This is $3,000 a month. Many people, that is simply their mortgage, their rent, and taxes if they're doing them monthly. Now their money's gone. Already they're no further ahead. They're not going to spend that on their mortgages or taxes. But the UBI will guarantee that the people you owe money are going to be paid first, which means when you get your UBI, all that stuff has already been taken out. So very quickly, your UBI of $3,000 a month is probably hundreds. This will work for a very short period of time. And when I say work, I mean not work. But it will pacify some of the masses who've never paid for anything in their lives anyway. Within 6 months, that UBI will have to be raised to $6,000 to $10,000 per month. Question: where's that money coming from? The government's already broke. $1 trillion spent every 75 days. Will be over $40 trillion in national debt by January. No chance in Hades of ever repaying that. Nor do they have any plans to repay it. So as the government fires up that magical monopoly money printing machine, that will usher us into total economic collapse even faster than we're headed there now. What happens when it collapses and the UBIs disappear? You can guess. Mass chaos and anarchy on the streets of every city and town, not just the cesspool shitholes. The folks will be out of control, starving, desperate, and no hope. But don't worry, the government has a plan for this. Okay, are you ready to hear this plan? You're ready to hear it, probably, but you're not ready to be part of it. That I can guarantee. So, the government for years, well before Trump, have always had backup contingency plans. That's only goal is continuity of government, meaning their own self-preservation is their main goal, probably their only goal. They will preserve their self-induced importance over saving the country, under the guise of saving the country, ironically. Okay? Trump knows the collapse is coming. Everything he says, all his big, beautiful, braggadocious words, they're tough talk that doesn't work anymore. No country is afraid of him. They realize he's the bull in a china shop and does not, cannot, will not back up anything he says. He threatens, he bullies, he promises, and then changes his mind on a daily basis on everything. He understands the U.S. is economically, militarily, and morally bankrupt and incompetent, and all the other countries realize it, which is why they are fleeing the petrodollar system. So he has no leverage, especially using the tactics he is now. It doesn't work, but he won't admit it. But the government knows this, and they actually have done the calculations on their own websites even. War would eliminate tens of millions of humans, maybe more, depending on the severity. A few well-placed nukes and a couple 100 million could be gone. Another pandemic scamorama. Old Warp Speed was just the warm-up, the setup to see what would happen and to kill off a few million. And of course, there's famine, starvation, disease. Now, the grid goes down unexpectedly. China and Russia or somebody, a red squirrel, get blamed. And within 18 months, 90% of the population would be gone, according to experts in the Deagle report. So the government has plenty of mechanisms to eliminate a couple hundred human beings. They need some of us around, otherwise they have no one to rule over. Now remember, while all of this is happening, they will be in the safety of their bunkers, underground military bases, or DUMBs. And some will be visible now and then, telling everyone that things are fine. We're the best economy in the world. Everyone respects us. We're bringing in trillions. Our military's the strongest, and we have all sorts of secret squirrel weapons that no one else knows about. Meanwhile, millions are dying. That's what you need to expect within the next 18 months. And it could start literally any day, and in fact, already has. They're just warming up. All right, folks, that's all I got for today. Doing some side jobs and make a little extra money to buy more supplies. JT, signing out.